what if I told you that the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, took on a challenge that wasn't about building rockets or running a billion-dollar empire, but about something far more personal, proving the power of generosity? Imagine this, a $1 million bet. The stakes? Doubling it for charity in just 30 days. No strings attached, no safety nets, and absolutely no guarantees. Sounds impossible, right? But here's the twist. This isn't just a story about money. It's a story about ambition, creativity, and a race against time. What would you do if your wealth, reputation, and even your humanity were put to the test in front of the entire world? Jeff Bezos took that leap, but what he didn't expect were the shocking turns, the relentless challenges, and the jaw-dropping ending that would leave everyone speechless. Stick around because in the next hour, you'll see Bezos like never before, taking risks that could make or break him, facing rivals who want to see him fail, and making decisions that redefine what it means to give back. And trust me, by the end of this journey, you won't just see wealth differently, you'll see life differently. Picture this, an exclusive gala. The room is alive with the hum of elite conversations, the clinking of champagne glasses, and the unmistakable air of privilege. Among the attendees is Jeff Bezos, the man whose name is synonymous with innovation, power, and unimaginable wealth. But tonight, the spotlight isn't on his business empire or his latest ventures into space. It's on a challenge that could redefine the way the world sees him. As the evening unfolds, a voice cuts through the chatter, a voice from a man known only as the philanthropist, a figure whose passion for charity rivals even Bezos's ambitions. With a sly grin, he raises a glass and speaks. Jeff, you've conquered commerce and the cosmos, but how about something different? Let's see if you can double this $1 million in just 30 days, for charity. If you succeed, I'll match it. But if you fail, well, let's just say the world will be watching. The room falls silent. All eyes turn to Bezos. For a moment, he chuckles, brushing it off as just another wealthy man's parlor game. But then, something shifts. His smirk gives way to a look of resolve. He leans forward, his voice steady and confident. You're on? But here's the catch. This isn't just a game of numbers. The stakes are far more personal. It's a test of creativity, ingenuity, and the kind of risk-taking that even Bezos hasn't faced before. The cause? A global education initiative that promises to change millions of lives, but only if he can deliver. And so, the challenge is set. 1 month. $1 million to transform. No safety net. No guarantees. For Bezos, it's not just about meeting the goal. It's about proving to the world, and perhaps to himself, that wealth isn't just about accumulation. It's about transformation. But as the clock starts ticking, questions loom large. Can the world's richest man think outside the box? Will his empire's vast resources be enough, or will this challenge demand something even greater? And most importantly, what happens when the stakes are about more than just money? Stay with us, because what happens next will defy every expectation and reveal a side of Jeff Bezos you've never seen before. The clock was ticking, and Jeff Bezos was no stranger to high-stakes decisions. But this wasn't a boardroom strategy or a corporate expansion plan. This was different. A test of his creativity, resourcefulness, and ability to inspire. With the challenge accepted, Bezos gathered his closest advisors in a room that had witnessed countless groundbreaking ideas. Yet, this time, even his most trusted team looked uncertain. $1 million in 30 days? One advisor questioned, leaning forward. And it has to double? Traditional fundraising isn't going to cut it. Jeff listened intently, his fingers steepled, before leaning back with a faint smile. We're not going to think traditionally, he said. We're going to think boldly. And boldly they thought. Ideas flew across the room, some wild, some practical. But it was Jeff himself who landed on the concept that would kickstart the campaign, a global scavenger hunt with a twist. Participants from around the world would pay a premium entry fee for the chance to uncover hidden clues. The grand prize? An exclusive day with Jeff Bezos himself, offering insights into his journey, his decisions, and his unfiltered thoughts on success. The concept was bold, but execution was a different beast. Within hours, the campaign launched and the response was overwhelming. Thousands signed up, crashing servers and causing logistical nightmares. Good problem to have, Jeff quipped, but behind the scenes his team scrambled to manage the chaos. The scavenger hunt took off like wildfire, with media coverage amplifying its reach. From New York to Nairobi, from Tokyo to Sao Paulo, participants of all ages joined the hunt. Social media buzzed with hashtags like #BezosChallenge and #Million-Dollar-Hunt. The entry fees poured in, but as the campaign grew, so did the complications. A regulatory hurdle appeared, threatening to halt operations in several countries. Critics emerged, questioning whether the campaign was more about publicity than charity. And then there were internal doubts, team members wondering if they'd bitten off more than they could chew. Jeff remained calm, though the weight of the challenge was evident in his rare moments of solitude. This isn't just about the money, he confided to a colleague late one night. This is about showing what's possible when we think beyond ourselves. As the scavenger hunt reached its midway point, the numbers looked promising but far from guaranteed. The stakes had never been higher, and the pressure to innovate grew with each passing day. But Bezos was just getting started, and his next move would prove to be even more daring than the last. Stay with us, because the journey is far from over, and the risks Jeff is about to take will redefine what it means to rise to a challenge. Just as the scavenger hunt was hitting its stride and Jeff Bezos was beginning to see glimmers of hope, the challenge took an unexpected turn. Enter Victor Crane, a rival billionaire, tech visionary, and notorious provocateur. Known for his sharp wit and even sharper business acumen, Crane saw the challenge not as an opportunity to contribute, but as a stage to outshine Bezos. During a live interview, Crane made his move. Smirking into the camera, he declared, "If Bezos thinks he can redefine philanthropy, let's make it interesting. I'll raise double whatever he does, faster and better. Let's see who really understands the power of wealth." The gauntlet was thrown. Suddenly, Jeff wasn't just racing against time, he was racing against a man who thrived on turning competition into spectacle. The media pounced, framing the narrative as a billionaire showdown. Headlines blared, "Battle of the Titans, Bezos versus Crane." Social media erupted with debates, memes, and endless speculation. But it wasn't just external pressure. Within Jeff's own camp, cracks began to show. Advisors questioned whether they could keep up with Crane's aggressive tactics. He's already secured partnerships with 3 major corporations, one team member reported grimly. To make matters worse, public opinion began to shift. Critics accused Jeff of turning charity into a publicity stunt, while others questioned whether this rivalry was overshadowing the cause itself. Protesters gathered outside Amazon headquarters with signs reading, "Charity or ego?" For the first time, doubt crept into Jeff's mind. Sitting alone in his office late one night, he replayed Crane's taunts in his head. Was this challenge still about the charity, or had it become something more personal? But just as the weight of the pressure threatened to overwhelm him, a breakthrough came from an unlikely source, a letter. It was handwritten from a young girl in rural India. She wrote about how the education program supported by the charity had transformed her village and given her hope for a brighter future. The letter ended with a simple plea, "Don't give up. We're counting on you." Jeff folded the letter carefully and placed it on his desk. In that moment, he realized that the stakes weren't just about winning a bet or beating a rival. They were about the lives that hung in the balance, the futures that could be changed. Fueled by renewed determination, Jeff doubled down on his efforts. He launched a series of surprise initiatives, including pop-up fundraising events in major cities and a virtual seminar on innovation, with tickets priced at a premium. His strategy wasn't just about raising money, it was about engaging people, inspiring them to contribute in their own ways. But with Crane's relentless tactics and the media frenzy at an all-time high, the question remained, could Jeff outpace his rival and prove that this challenge was about something deeper than competition? The clock continued to tick, and the stakes had never been higher. What happens next will redefine everything: Jeff's strategy, his legacy, and the meaning of philanthropy itself. Stay tuned. Asterisk, the countdown had begun. With less than 24 hours remaining, Jeff Bezos found himself at a critical juncture. The numbers were close, tantalizingly close, but not enough to secure the win. His team scrambled for ideas, but nothing seemed bold enough to push them past the finish line. The pressure was immense, and the stakes had never been higher. And then, in the early hours of the morning, Jeff had an idea. A move so audacious, so unexpected, that it left his team momentarily speechless. He announced an exclusive auction, one private dinner with Jeff Bezos himself. No cameras, no filters, just an intimate evening where he'd reveal the untold stories behind his success, his failures, and his vision for the future. Word of the auction spread like wildfire. The bidding started modestly but quickly escalated into a global frenzy. Tech moguls, business magnates, and even a few celebrities joined the race, each determined to win a seat at the table. As the clock ticked down, the numbers climbed higher and higher, surpassing expectations. Then came the final bid, a jaw-dropping $2 million from an anonymous philanthropist. The auction closed with a resounding success, catapulting Jeff far beyond his original goal. The room erupted in cheers, but there was little time for celebration. Jeff had one last task, delivering the news to the charity. He made the call personally. On the other end of the line was the charity's director, a woman who had dedicated her life to helping underprivileged children gain access to education. When Jeff revealed the total, over $5 million raised in just 30 days, there was a long pause. And then the sound of tears. Tears of joy, disbelief, and gratitude. "You've changed everything," the director said, her voice trembling. "This isn't just money. This is hope. This is opportunity for thousands of children who never thought they'd have a chance." The moment was emotional, not just for the charity, but for Jeff as well. For the first time, the magnitude of what he had achieved truly sank in. This wasn't about outpacing a rival or proving a point. It was about the lives that would be transformed because of a simple, audacious idea. As the challenge officially came to a close, the media frenzy continued, but Jeff remained focused on the impact. The rival billionaire, Victor Crane, conceded graciously, even making a sizable donation of his own. The story became less about the competition and more about the power of using wealth for good. In the end, Jeff Bezos didn't just win a bet. He redefined what it means to lead, to inspire, and to give. And as the charity began implementing programs funded by the $5 million, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a victory for Jeff. It was a victory for everyone who dared to believe in the power of generosity and innovation. Stay with us because Jeff's story doesn't end here. What would you do if you had the chance to make such a difference? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire and challenge the way we see the world. And so, the challenge ended, not with a victory for one man, but with a triumph for humanity. Over $5 million raised in just 30 days, funds that would go on to transform lives in ways few could have imagined. Schools were built, scholarships were granted, and dreams that once seemed impossible began to take shape. For the charity, it was more than just a number. It was a lifeline, a beacon of hope that proved the power of creativity, determination, and a little friendly competition. For Jeff Bezos, it was a personal journey, one that reminded him and all of us of the true value of wealth, not in what it can buy but in the change it can create. But the story doesn't end here. It continues with you. Imagine if you had the chance to make such an impact. What would you do with $1 million for charity? How would you inspire others, change lives, or leave your mark on the world? We'd love to hear your ideas. Share them in the comments below, and let's start a conversation about how generosity and innovation can shape our future. And if this story moved you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales of courage, compassion, and creativity. Together, we can uncover the stories that remind us of what truly matters. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes, the biggest risks bring the greatest rewards, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep inspiring, and keep making a difference,